Sweet dreams! Jamahal Hill is not really living his sweetest dream right now on a 3-fight losing streak. What is next for him? What makes sense in this video? Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Assalamu alaikum.
Jamahal Hill. When I saw him for the first and for the last time so far in 2023 in January, he was right about to fight Glover Texeira, came off a couple of good wins. The viral Johnny Walker knockout, right, was kind of the king of the apex in a way. First contender series guy to fight for a title. Beat the living crap out of Glover Texeira in Glover's home country, in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, 2023. Was on top of the world, the new champion. Rather young guy, right, coming from the contender series, first contender series champion. The UFC was all behind him and all of that. And made that viral video with where Jiri screamed, "I'm coming," and he was like, "But where are you at though?"
That's what she said. That's what she said!
He was on top of the world. It seemed like it's Jamahal Hill's time. And then of course, the Achilles injury happened. And the Achilles injury really killed his whole trajectory in my opinion. Because he never really recovered from that. I don't think so far he's 100% healthy. I still think he is having a lot of trouble with his body, also because of the Achilles injury, ever since he had the knee injury as well, and I don't feel like he ever really recovered from those injuries. He always came back pretty fast from those, and you can see that. I mean, of course, he's fighting elite guys, but I do feel like, my personal opinion, he's not the same Jamahal Hill anymore as he was before the Achilles injury. Well, I would even go as far as to say it is a known fact. You cannot even argue that. Look at the Glover fight. He looked phenomenal in that fight. He beat the living crap out of Glover. Glover was old, yes, but look what Glover did before that. He beat the living crap out of nearly everyone else, right? And somehow, he never recovered from those injuries. I mean, when he fought Alex Pereira, you could say it was a fluke because, like, one shot is all it takes, right? It could be puncher's chance, whatever. You can argue somewhere there because the fight barely ever really started, right? You could make that hypothetical argument. But then, in the Jiri Prochazka fight, he got beat the crap out of him by Jiri. Now in the Khalil Rountree fight, he got beat the crap out of him by Khalil, really, like for 5 rounds. And he just doesn't look himself in there. He's slow, it seems like he's gun shy, like he's waiting a lot and stuff. He's not really throwing that much. He's not throwing combinations. Like, he doesn't even look like he's in fight shape. He just, something is just off with him. His demeanor, he seems like he's angry all the time and unhappy. Like, it felt like he went from the top of the world to rock bottom in a way. It reminds me a lot of Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes had a whole downfall after the John Jones fight. He never really got over it and blah, blah, blah. And of course, he recently made a comeback, but with Jamahal Hill, he's on a 3-fight losing streak now. And granted, he lost to Pereira for the belt, who was the former champion. By then was still the champion. Lost to Jiri, who is a former champ, and lost to Khalil Rountree, who is a former title contender and potential future champ, right? Khalil is a beast. It's not like he's losing to any crap guys, but he's not looking too competitive in there. And he's not looking like the Jamahal Hill of old. I do think the Jamahal Hill of old would be a threat for all of those guys. There's a reason why I picked him against Pereira back in the day. Because I thought we will see the old Jamahal Hill, but we never really got to see him. And yeah, I heard Paul Felder recently talk on the Believe in Me podcast that he talked with Jamahal Hill and kind of tried to really have a serious talk with him, and kind of found out by that Jamahal doesn't take any supplements. He doesn't really do all those recovery things. Like, he's not really an all-out athlete like he should be, which is completely his fault. No one else's fault, his fault. And he has to take full responsibility for that and change that.
You need to start. I was like, do you take creatine? Do you take this? Do you do that? He's shaking his head, no. And I'm like, bro, you need to be training and lifting and doing all that. It's like, you can still have fun. You still go smoke some weed here and there, have a drink and live your life. I was like, but you need to start treating it like you're a fighter all day, all the time. And that means just doing something, staying fit all year round, not peaking for a fight, but training.
Because you cannot be an half-ass athlete. You cannot just be like, hey, I'm just gonna show up to training a little bit, this and that, I'm talented. Like, it just doesn't work like that anymore. Nowadays, everyone is doing everything they can. And you need to do that too. I mean, It reminds me of Anthony Smith as well. You cannot just go to the gym once you have a training camp and outside of training camp just be like, yeah, maybe hit the pads a little bit. You have to be working 24/7. You have to be evolving as well. In training camp, you don't really evolve. You just sharpen your tools that you already have. You have to evolve and let your injuries heal and take everything you can to help with those injuries and all of that. Take the creatine, take all the supplements you can take that are not PEDs that can help your body, that can help you feel better. Go lift some weights. Look like an athlete. You are a freaking athlete. And that's what he needs to do. And in terms of matchups, he needs to get back in the queue. He now fought, he got 3 big names, and now he is number 7 ranked, I believe. And he definitely has to take a big step back. He cannot be shooting for any big names at the moment. So what I think is a good matchup for him, which is a hard matchup as well, it could be a damaging matchup for him, but I do think it makes sense, is Xiangmin Yang. Xiangmin Yang just beat Anthony Smith, I think he never went to decision ever in his life, wins all his fights by first round finish. I think he's been in the second round once in his career. So he is a finisher, he is an exciting guy, he is a guy that scares you when you prepare for him, which is probably what Hill needs as well. He scares you when you prepare for him. He is a risk fight because he could knock you out for sure, but by knocking him out, by finishing him, you can really insert your name in there again because you're not beating an old washed up guy, you're beating a young up and comer that people look at as a very dangerous guy for everyone, right? So I do think Xiangmin Yang, number 14 ranked, is a good matchup in terms of he fights backwards, he kind of humbles himself by that, and he takes a tough matchup that is beatable though. Xiangmin Yang is beatable, but he is a tough matchup, a risky one. So I do think Xiangmin Yang against Jamahal Hill is the matchup to make right now. I do think, yeah, he just needs to get his shit together and maybe take a little bit of time off to take care of his body, whatever he needs to do, and come back with a sense of urgency to turn his career over once again, do the Dominic Reyes thing, and come back in style and be sweet dreams again. This is my thoughts about the whole Jamahal Hill topic. What is next for him? What is going on with him? All of that. Write your opinions on that in the comments, you guys. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, would appreciate that. Check out my merch, check out the channel, all the good stuff. Stay bloody, you guys. Until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.